Welcome to all. In this lecture, we are going to study about the optical materials. What are optical materials? It is the material which respond for the light energy. It may be observed, it may be reflected, it may be scattered. So, any process may occur. Okay. First, let us discuss the classification of optical materials. Optical materials is classified into three types based on the propagation of light energy through the material. One is transparent, second one is translucent, third one is opaque. What are transparent material? Transparent materials are the materials which transmit the light energy with little absorption and reflection. So material allows the light energy through it. So those materials are called transparent material. Translucent material means the instant light gets scattered within the material. So after scattering, the light is diffused through the material. So what are translucent material? It is the material when the light fall on the material, the light getting scattered. After scattering, the light is diffused through the material. Those materials are called translucent material. Third one is opaque. What opaque means? It is one of the material which absorb all the light energy. So particularly opaque material absorbs visible light is known as opaque material. When the electromagnetic radiation in the entire visible spectrum is incident on the opaque material, either it gets reflected or absorbed. Thus the materials are opaque. So opaque materials mostly absorb the light or reflect the light. So these are all three types of material. When the light fall on the material, light may be scattered or absorbed by the material or transmitted by the material. These three processes happening. What is scattering of light? What is scattering? It is the process by which intensity of wave attenuates as it travels through a medium. So what is mean by scattering? When the light fall on any material or any object, there is a variation in its intensity. There is a variation in its intensity, that is called scattering. There are three types of scattering. One is Rayleigh scattering, second one is Raman scattering, third one is Compton scattering. What is Rayleigh scattering? In the case of Rayleigh scattering, it is the elastic scattering. It is the elastic scattering in which wavelength of instant light and scattered light is same. So this is Rayleigh scattering. First, what is scattering? Scattering means when the light fall on any object, light getting scattered, the intensity of scattered light is different compared to instant light. Okay, that process is called scattering of light. There are three types of scattering: Rayleigh, Raman, Compton. What is Rayleigh? Rayleigh scattering is elastic scattering. Here wavelength of instant and wavelength of scattered light is same. This is Rayleigh scattering. What about its intensity? The intensity of scattered light is a fourth power of wavelength. Intensity of scattered light is inversely proportional to fourth power of wavelength. So this is Rayleigh scattering. Next one, Raman scattering. This is inelastic scattering. Both Raman and Compton scattering is inelastic scattering. Here wavelength of scattered light is different from wavelength of instant light. This is Raman scattering. Here, what about its intensity? Intensity of scattered light by Raman scattering is about 0.001% of Rayleigh scattering. Okay, the intensity of Raman scattering is very less compared to Rayleigh scattering. That is, intensity of scattered light by Raman scattering is about 0.001% of Rayleigh scattering. Third scattering is Compton scattering. What is Compton scattering? That is smaller wavelength radiations such as ultraviolet and X-ray scattered by the electrons. This results scattered radiation having smaller frequency or smaller energy and longer wavelength than the instant wave. Such scattering is called Compton scattering. That is, Compton scattering occurs in smaller wavelength or high frequency or high energetic waves. When the high energetic waves such as ultraviolet, X-ray scattered by the electrons. When the high frequency or high energetic waves scattered by the electrons, this Compton scattering occurs. Here the scattered radiation having smaller frequency or smaller energy than the instant wave. So its energy is reduced, its wavelength is increased. So this scattering is called Compton scattering. Now we discussed what are the three types of scattering: Rayleigh scattering, Raman scattering and Compton scattering. Next topic is absorption and emission of light in metals. When the light fall on metal, what happens? So we know that metals are opaque. So when the light is instant on the opaque material, it is absorbed. We know that when the light is instant on any opaque material, the light is absorbed. Suppose the metal having very less thickness, its thickness of the range of 0.1 micrometer, less than 0.1 micrometer. If you send light through this thin metal, it will be transmitted. Okay, if you send the light through the thin metal of the thickness of the order of less than 0.1 micrometer, the light will be transmitted. So what is happening here? That is, when the electromagnetic spectrum or visible light is fall on the metal, so electrons in the valence band absorbs energy and it moves to conduction band. So this is shown in figure. So now what we have concluded from this discussion, that is, metals are opaque for all electromagnetic radiations on the lower frequency to middle frequency. Okay, lower frequency means radio waves up to middle frequency, infrared, visible. So metal act as opaque for electromagnetic radiations of the frequency range lower to middle frequency range. For higher frequency electromagnetic spectrum, metal act as transparent. For higher frequency electromagnetic spectrum means such as X-rays and gamma rays. If you send X-rays and gamma rays through the metal, it will be transmitted. So the material or metal act as transparent. What about reflection? That is, most of the absorbed light is re-emitted from the surface of metal. Most of the absorbed radiation is re-emitted from the surface in the form of visible light of same wavelength. So this is reflected light. Yeah. So light also reflected by the metal. So based on the reflected wavelength, color of metal appears. So the color is determined by wavelength distribution of reflected radiation. Some metals, when exposed to white light, show bright silvery appearance. It indicates the metal is highly reflective and strongly reflect all part of visible spectrum. So in the case of copper and gold, what is happening? In the case of copper and gold, if you send the visible light, it absorbs the blue and green color and it reflects the yellow, orange and red color. So we know that the reflected color or the reflected based on the reflected wavelength, the color will vary. So it reflects yellow, orange, red. So it looks red, orange or yellow in color. Okay, now we discuss what is happening in light absorption and reflection in metal. Okay, so what is happening here? Metal is opaque. When light fall on the metal, it is absorbed. If its thickness is very less, it is transmitted. Then when the light fall on the metal, it is also reflected. So based on the wavelength of reflected light, color of metal is determined. Next, we are going to discuss about absorption and emission of light in insulators. When the light energy fall on the insulator, it is absorbed because insulators are opaque material. We know that. So what is happening here? Here also, that is excitation happens. Excitation of electron from valence band to conduction band happens. The typical band gap energy in the case of insulator. The typical band gap energy in the case of insulator is 3.1 electron volt. If the supplied energy is greater than the band gap energy, so now excitation happens. This is the case of insulator. Next one, absorption and emission of light in semiconductor. In semiconductor, light photon is absorbed. In pure semiconductors such as silicon and germanium and gallium arsenide, light photon is absorbed and create electron hole pairs. This absorption causes electron to jump across the band gap energy from valence band to conduction band. So this is shown in figure. Now when the light energy is fall on the semiconductor, electron hole pairs are created. How it is created? That is, electron in valence band jump from valence band to conduction band. Here hole is created, here electron is created. Here the typical band gap energy in the case of semiconductor of the order of 1.8 electron volt. So if you supply energy more than the band gap energy of semiconductor, there is a possibility of charge carriers. There is a generation of charge carrier is possible in semiconductor. Next topic is carrier generation and recombination process. Carrier means electrons and holes. Carrier generation, the process of generation of electrons and holes is called carrier generation. That is, carrier generation is the process where electron and holes are created. This is carrier generation. What is recombination? Recombination is the process where electrons and holes are annihilated. What is recombination? It's a process in here electrons and holes are annihilated. This is recombination process.